up, everyone? Hope you're having a good day. So in today's vlog, it's gonna be a little different. I haven't done a Q&A in like 6 months or so I'm gonna do a Q&A today. So let's just jump right into it. Why do you bother Thomas so much? Well, Thomas!
What?
Come here! I don't know, I think I pick on him because, I mean, I don't really, okay, I pick on him, but like, it's out of love, you know? That's just what like brothers do. You just like make fun of each other, but at the same time you're doing it to build them up. If that makes any sense at all. But you know, that's just what brothers do. If you have other family members and siblings, you just, if you're closer to them, you pick on them. That's just what happens. The question was, why do you bother so much?
For your own sick amusement.
For my sick amusement?
No. You do it, well actually why do you do it?
I was saying that I do it because it's my obligation to.
It's your obligation.
Like, wouldn't you say most siblings argue and pick on each other?
Yes.
It's just kind of a part of life. It's like my obligation.
Yes. So I suppose you're right.
So you're you just agreed with that so easily. You're like, yeah, it's your obligation for sure.
Well, it's not malicious.
I know, it's not malicious. I just do it because I get a reaction out of you.
Exactly.
And it's very easy.
Yes.
I can just like scream out of the blue and you just freak out.
Well, it's very unnerving.
It's nerving?
Yeah, unnerving.
I do that all the time though.
What? I know.
I know. What do you do for a living? Well, I graduated about a little over a year ago, and I decided that when I graduated I was going to pursue the social media thing full time. So for the past year I've literally just been doing my social media stuff. I started my own LLC, so all my like business is done under the name of my LLC. But you know, that's been going on for a year, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up getting another job, like a career, something more stable, and then also do this on the side and just have, you know, kind of do 2 jobs. I don't really consider this a job. I mean, it is, but I still have fun doing it. So I just go to work, and then when I got home I'd like still make videos and do all my other business type stuff. So we'll see, but that's the plan right now. What did you graduate college for? I graduated college I double majored with a marketing and information technology degree, and I double majored. So I like marketing a lot more, obviously. That's kind of what I do. I do a lot of marketing on my social media. The IT I never really enjoyed. I kind of got too far into it, and so then I couldn't really drop the major because I could have, but I only had a couple more classes to take, so it wasn't really worth it, and it's a pretty good major. So out of all the videos on your YouTube channel, which one would you say is your favorite? It's a tie. Actually, not really. There's 2 challenge videos I did. I did a ghost pepper challenge with Thomas and a bean boozled challenge with Thomas. The ghost pepper challenge I also suffered, so probably not that one. The bean boozled was fun because I gave him all the bad ones, and seeing his reaction to that was hilarious. That was my first video I ever made on my channel, and I still think that's probably the funnest one I had filming yet. So that one. Is Quincy like that with everyone in your family or just you? He's like that with everyone. Like anyone that gets super excited, anyone that sings, anyone that howls, like it could be a complete stranger. Like my brother's friends come over all the time and they'll howl with them. It's kind of funny, but he'll do it with anyone. What's your favorite type of music or genre or favorite artist? That's a hard one. I really don't have a favorite type of music or genre. I kind of listen to anything. It's just whatever I'm feeling at the time. But I would say I probably end up listening to like hip-hop / rap more than other types, but like I still listen to, like, if I had to break it down, that would barely edge out other types of music like alternative and country or whatever else it may be. What's up with your brother Thomas? Is he adopted from England, or is that just a persona he plays? Neither. I mean, I guess it's more of a persona, if anything, but it's just kind of how he is. He just talks like that, he dresses like that, he's kind of always been like that. You would think he's adopted, you'd think he's from a time machine actually. You wouldn't think he's adopted from anywhere because of how he is. You'd think he's directly from a time machine, but no, that's just him. What's your favorite color? Red. What is Quincy's worst habit? And I love you guys. Well, thank you. Quincy's worst habit is probably his worst habit is probably when he gets like nippy. Like if he's like relaxing somewhere and he doesn't want to be bothered and you want to play with him and like you go up to him, like he'll get sassy with you, and that's just probably his worst habit. But I don't know. I think Bichons in general have a little bit of an edge to them. They're a little sassy. Isn't that right, Quincy? If you were to meet one pro athlete or actor, who would it be? Leonardo DiCaprio, hands down. Didn't you have to think about that. He's my favorite actor. He's always been. And I mean, there's other great actors, but I really just think he's the best, and I would love to meet him. If a genie had granted you 3 wishes, what would they be? Obviously, the first one would be like unlimited money, I guess, if I could do that. Or if I had to give an amount, it'd be like $4 trillion. Then my second wish would be probably like world peace. You know, this world is kind of not looking great right now. It's there's a lot of horrible things going on. Every single week, I swear, it's something new. So world peace. And my third wish would be that Quincy could live as long as me. Isn't that right? See, I used my entire wish on just him. You better be thankful, buddy. Okay. What is your favorite movie? The Departed. It's a Leonardo DiCaprio movie, if you couldn't guess. But The Departed. Would you or have you ever given a fan your personal phone number? Yes, I have. I don't know. That's it. I have. How many siblings do you have, and what are their names? I have 4 brothers. Their names are Thomas, Christopher, Matthew, and Nicholas. And we're all like we're all 2 years apart. Next question, and this is for Thomas, so that's why I have him standing here, or sitting here. Why does Thomas always wear suits? And everyone asks me this all the time. And this is so there's always a video that they can refer to if they want that question answered. Why do you wear suits, Thomas?
Well, I suppose it's because I'm an avid devotee of vintage style.
You like vintage style?
I like vintage style.
So basically it's just your style.
It's my style, and it just, as I've said this before, better to look good than to feel good.
Better to look good than to feel good. Just Thomas's go-to phrase. So there you have it. And the funny thing is, even though he does dress like this, even my own family still questions it on a day-to-day basis, and we'll ask him. But we always get the same response. Next question, do you play any video games, and if so, which ones are your favorite? Well, as you all know, Pokemon Go just came out, and that is a pretty fun game. I have not played it that much, but from what I have played, it gets you out and it gets you like moving around, so like walks become that much more fun. You get to actually, instead of just working out your body, you're catching Pokemon, you know? Besides that though, that just came out. The only other game that I really have ever played is Call of Duty. Pretty good at that game, but Call of Duty is like the only other game. Whenever there's a new one that comes out, I'll play it. Next question, can you and Quincy do a tour, please? That would be fun, but I just honestly don't think, like, when people go on tour, they have a massive fan base, like probably in the millions, and like Quincy and I, like, yeah, Quincy, or mainly Quincy, but he has a fan base, but I just don't know if it's enough. Like, it takes a lot of time and resources to go on tour. I just don't think we're at that level. If you were to get another dog, what type would it be, and what would be the name? Quincy doesn't like that question. he's like, oh. Maybe a Quincy puppy. Like I said, I would want Quincy to have puppies, so maybe one of your pups, Quee. Would that work? Would you be okay with that?
Quincy Jr.
He's getting jealous. But yeah, hopefully a Quincy puppy. This is the most random question of the Q&A. Would you rather drink dog pee or 5-month expired milk? Well, I think the milk would honestly just make me just sick out of my mind. And dog pee probably could do the same, but I've had a whiff of expired milk before, and that stuff is disgusting. So, you know, I'm just gonna go with dog pee. If you could do any job in the world, what would it be? That is, I mean, I would probably do something with movies. I love movies. I obviously love making videos. Probably directing. So directing a movie, if I could just be guaranteed a job, that would be what I'd do. How does your brother feel about being featured in your snaps and vines, and does he know how big of a fan base he has now? Well, Thomas, how do you feel about being featured? Well, mainly in my snaps. My vines, using my early ones, but...
Well, I wasn't aware that I had much of a fan following, do I?
Apparently you do. I mean, in my vlogs that I post, you obviously are featured in almost all of them.
Oh yes, I know that.
And, in my snaps, I heard, like...
But what are the numbers exactly?
I mean, I don't really know.
You don't know the numbers?
But I know that there's the Messing with Thomas account on Instagram, and that has a little over 1,000 followers. Yeah, it's just, I mean, you know about it.
Yes, I do know about it.
I'm sure those are all your fans, though.
Oh yes, that's interesting.
Yeah, well, maybe I just have to mess with you more, get you more fans.
Yeah, as long as it's not... You know what I don't like.
Yeah, you don't like close-ups on your face, and when I catch you not wearing a suit.
Which is rare.
Which I like getting close-ups on your face, because they're funny.
No doubt.
What's your favorite thing about having Quincy? I think my favorite thing about having Quincy is just how he has like his own little personality. I mean, he's not really trained, which is also funny in itself, because he kind of is just his own little dog. He kind of does what he wants, and he doesn't really do anything bad. So I mean, he can be sassy and troublemaking at times, but overall he's just a good dog. And obviously he does some cool things like howl and sing with me. So just kind of him being himself, I think, is why I like him so much. How did you come up with the name of Quincy? My family actually came up with the name. I wasn't here. I don't know where I was actually, but they just came up with the name, and no one could agree on a name. And then finally, someone said Quincy, and no one said no. So then they're like, "Yeah, why not Quincy?" They spelled it with an E, Q-U-I-N-C-E-Y. But I didn't like that spelling, so when I started the social media accounts for him, I dropped the E, and for some reason my mom doesn't like that. And last question, what made you want to do videos with your dog? There's not really any reason that I wanted to do a video with my dog. It's just kind of, I was working, and then when I come home after work, I was bored, and then I just randomly just started making videos. And I already would do all of this stuff with Quincy anyway, so I just thought, well, why not just film it and upload it to the internet? And so after I did that, obviously it got a lot of hits, and then it went viral, and I just continued to make them. And that's how it just kind of was the snowball effect, and then I grew and grew. But it's not like one day I was just like, oh, I'm gonna start making videos. It's just kind of happened. It just was a random thing. But that's gonna do it for today's Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I answered all of your questions. If I didn't, they're either in an old Q&A, so you just gotta go back to one of my older videos, or I couldn't answer all the questions in the amount of time. So in the future Q&As, I hope to answer them. Someone had one last, a lot of people have this question, and that was, how old is Quincy? So I want to answer that. He is 7 years old. And other than that, I do want to give a shout out, like I said at the end of each video, to Tim Safavin. I hope I pronounced that right. But thank you for staying active on my Twitter. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next vlog.
Don't let me